Bronner's?
That's the best.
Bronner's. Yeah, it's great. It is wonderful. And today's scrub we're going to make, I have recipes. We have 4 of them. Today's one is soapy scrub or squeaky clean scrub. And I use this one at my kitchen sink because, you know, I think it's kind of cool that we have the bubbles. Do you want to pass one? Yeah.
This is great.
All right.
Thank you.
And the other thing, like Karen had said, I started to do, I have more copies of this. I just didn't get to staple them. I'm going to give you 2. What I noticed when I started looking at what oils to use for what body care products, it really depends on what the benefits and the properties of the oil are. The apricot oil I use on my face because it is non-communogenic. It is very soft, it is very supple, and it's real easy. It's one of those that I can use on my lips, and it works for me. It is a little bit expensive, but it's not that bad. It's just me that's using it, and like I said, I stopped teaching. I don't buy a lot of stuff now. I don't buy a lot of things. I make my dinners, I plan my menus, I cut my budget in half. It's just choices that you make. This one has a handout to sweet almond oil. Now I have a company I order some of my things from. I don't know if you ever have a chance to look at this. This is one that I will pay shipping for. It's called Mountain Rose Herbs, and if you've noticed, a lot of the recipes that were in the other one that you had sent me earlier in the week, Mountain Rose Herbs is a great company. It's based in Oregon. What's nice about it, oils and essential oils and things like that, you've got to get them from around the world. They're a sustainable company. They pride themselves in making choices and to deal with people that make good choices around the world. I mean, you could probably get your vanilla beans from Madagascar and somebody's going to pay nothing for it there, the trader, and then they're going to sell it to a lot of money to us Americans who want Madagascar vanilla beans. They're making sound decisions and things like that. And the quality is good. Everything is very fresh. Oils do go bad after a while. They have a lifespan. They will go rancid. That's something I'm going to tell you today too. Right when we start out, I sanitize. And I use things, if anybody does lacto fermentation or kefir or things like that, bacteria on the inside, some bacteria is good. On your body care products, bacteria is bad and you'll see it. It'll smell bad, it'll look bad, it'll look pink, it'll be mold. You don't want to put it on there.
Do you refrigerate your oils, or is there anything you do to keep
I
them on
do.
there?
I keep them, like I said, I have a little shed that's in cool. It's kind of like cold storage that you do with your with your fruits and vegetables. I have my squash out there. I have my oils, and I have it put inside a thing so that it keeps it buffered. There are going to be things that you make, body care products. You'll find a lot of the recipes, and you can refrigerate them and just pull them out as you need them. I mean, you've only spent that. This little handout here gives a description of all the different oils, their benefits and what they do, or different things. But I brought a lot of my different oils I use, and different toners I have. So I'm not going to go through it right now because I think it gets too extensive. But like I said, the handout there gives a lot of the descriptions. Grapeseed oil, that's wonderful. It's non-communogenic. It goes right into your skin. I use this too as a facial toner, and I use it on my hair as well. Extra virgin olive oil, you can't beat that. There's nothing you could. And I joked about, there's somebody who told me one time, they're like, I could literally drink it. And I'm thinking, oh. But then I'm like, oh, wow, you lubricate from the inside out. You're good.
There you go in a big fancy restaurant, they'll put it in a little thing with a little bit of vinegar, balsamic vinegar, and olive oil, and give you the bread, and dip it right in and eat it.
Actually, that's what we had last night. And I leave the oil on the table, and so my nephew was eating it for breakfast too. He's like, well, I've already done it. And I made yogurt too this weekend. That's fun. It turned out good. Found a yogurt maker for $1 at a garage sale, and it has all these little cups. Perfect. So now I'm going to be making my own yogurt. Sunflower oil, that's another one that's great. I make a lip balm, and I do spearmint in it. The beeswax I get from, like I said, I have a local farmer that I buy it off of. This is 4 ounces, because this is what I use in my hand salves when I make them, so it's all measured out. But it's unrefined. If you can get some from a farmer, from someone around, it's wonderful because you can do a lot with that.
And what is that?
This is beeswax. It's unrefined beeswax. They melt it right off of the combs or the frames, the hives. They have the frames. They pull it off, and they just sift it. They pull all of the things out, and then she just sells it to me in the 1 pound blocks. It's been wonderful. And I tell you, I have the luxury of, first of all, growing up in a farming community. From the time I've been young, I've had aunts that show me how to do things that you should do. In my mind, it's like, oh, okay, I can. You just do it. And that's my biggest thing I want to stress to you today. You can do just about anything you want to. If you want to say, oh, how do you do that? Well, there's the internet, there's books to learn, there's people to ask. And it's just wonderful. I love, it's that inquisitiveness about myself. But I make my own lip balm. I use beeswax, sunflower oil, and then I use, this thing is wonderful too. How many of you use this for cooking? Anyone? Coconut oil.
Once in a while.
Once in a while, buy this stuff. It is wonderful. It is high in saturated fat, but it is not a bad fat for you. I think a lot of times people have gone to low-fat diets, and I think we're losing a lot of the nutrients, the dense nutrients that we need to be getting in our systems. Coconut oil is just so amazing because it melts at 76 degrees. What's your body temperature?
98.
98. Okay, so if I put this stuff onto my lips, it's going to melt right up. Yes.
I've heard too, is that the one that's like antimicrobial and antifungal, so it's also nice for...
Yeah, it's nice. Because it has the benefits of that. It's antimicrobial and antifungal. That one I used in the deodorant, but they say, there's lots of different qualities. If you can, I got this from Walmart. This is what I buy from Walmart, and it's just wonderful because you can actually cook. How many of you? I use shortening sometimes, but I'm starting to find out. Oh wow, butter flavored Crisco's not so good for you at all. You can replace shortening 1-to-1 with coconut oil, and it has that same consistency. It'll melt down, it'll make a nice light crust. The other thing is, I'm starting to use lard. I'm like, oh, I use beef tallow for stuff. Why not use pigs? we have animals. We're raising this first year doing our first round of pigs, so I'll be baking with lard. We'll try it out. We'll see. My mom did, and my aunts always made it.
Carmen just used that for oil pulling.
Oil pulling, yes.
Yeah.
I do, actually my daughter and I have been doing that lately because it's hard. There's bacteria in your mouth that really, they eat at your gums. And oil pulling, you do it for 15 minutes. I mix sesame oil or sunflower oil, also have antibacterial. Sesame oil is really good for you too. I haven't found a great spot for that either. All I can find is the roasted sesame oil, and I don't like that flavor in my mouth in the morning. I mix spearmint in with it so that it tastes good. Yeah.
I've never heard of this thing you're talking about. Can you explain it to everybody?
Yeah. Okay. Oil pulling is you'd put like a half a tablespoon or a tablespoon of coconut oil. So this is going to melt inside your mouth. It's kind of funny. It's an awful feeling. At first, if you have a gag reflex, well, I don't, but if you do, it's like, ugh. Coconut oil, I add a little bit of the sunflower to it because I like it a little thinner. Makes it swish around. You put it inside your mouth and